Let me invite Maksat Nassipbekov.
Государственная техническая служба, презентация State IXP in Kazakhstan.
Talk about the public IXP from Kazakhstan. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon to all those joining us online. Very nice to be here. Let me talk about internet traffic exchange point in Kazakhstan that we are developing at the moment. My name is Maksat Nassipbekov, IT director at the State Technical Services company. It's a public company in Kazakhstan. You see my contact details. I attended the last year CAPIF, and I will talk in more detail about the public internet exchange point. First of all, a few words about the State Technical Service. It's a publicly owned company. Cybersecurity. I'm in charge of cybersecurity in Kazakhstan. In fact, we maintain a national coordination center in charge of cybersecurity. So we run cybersecurity tests. We provide cyber shield for the public sector organizations and companies to protect them from cyber attacks. Our official website is at sts.kz. On top of that, starting this year, we also offer for-fee services. First of all, we maintain red, blue, purple team. We offer security operations center building services. We also offer cyber shield for companies and organizations at several levels. And in partnership with other companies and entities in Kazakhstan, we develop DLP systems, sandbox, machine learning, and big data services. Now let's move on to the internet exchange point that we are developing in Kyrgyzstan at Kazgov IX. From technical point of view, we offer routers based on the national law on communication, telecom services. Under this law, we, the State Technical Service company, is in charge of informational security. Some of the operators in Kazakhstan have complaints about the law, like they cannot set up their own IXPs, but in reality, there is no barrier to creating IXPs in Kazakhstan. I mean, you can set up your own internet exchange points. It's legally allowed. And in fact, the law is being reviewed currently to make sure that any private or public operator can set up their own internet exchange points. Under the Article 25 of the law, no fees are charged for exchange of the traffic.
И делали это на основании, согласно порядку, определяемым Комитетом национальной безопасности, причем комитетом...
Then the State National Security Committee of Kazakhstan is the body that defines the protocols and procedures for IXP performance.
Здесь более подробно написано, как,
There's a special
более технический, более подробный документ, чуть ниже уровня, чем закон о связи.
Decree signed by the State National Security Committee chairman that sets the rules for connection to IXP. Now, if we talk about the history of the internet exchange point in Kazakhstan, there are reasons why major operators in Kazakhstan could not agree with each other. So the traffic in Kazakhstan would be exchanged in Russia. That is, we would export traffic outside of Kazakhstan instead of exchanging within Kazakhstan. So historically, the government, the state decided to set up a public exchange, internet exchange point to exchange traffic locally. Now, other goals of the internet exchange point is to improve and ensure informational security. And indeed, reduce distance for traffic exchange is another goal of the company. Now, like I said, that under the law, all operators must be connected to the internet exchange point. There are 10 national operators in Kazakhstan. In fact, there are over 400 operators, but there are also 10 operators of international and long-distance communication. Those in green are the actively functioning at the moment, and they are connected to IXP. Those in red in the bottom are the companies that are not active at the moment. And like I said, there are over 400 operators, and we refer to them as second-tier operators. Next, you see a map with IXP points, nodes across Kazakhstan, growing from just 4 last year to over 18 this year. The largest nodes are in the capital cities of Almaty and Astana.
And in other regions also, and only more our Kazakhstan colleagues, if you draw attention, more we do not have nodes in Kunai, and also in Turkestan. It is the regional centers of provinces, because when we made a calculation and we developed this data program and procured Kunaev and Turkestan, they were not at the time the centers of the regions, and they were not enlisted. But we started the process of purchase, and then new regions were established, and we do not have nodes in these regions in the centers, but South Kazakhstan can cover Shymkent, and Kunaev will be close to Taldykurgan and Almaty. It depends on the state agency of communication. And the largest cities, Astana, Almaty, Karaganda, Pavlodar, we have operators and they connected to these nodes or hubs, and Astana is the largest, Almaty, then Karaganda, Pavlodar. And in other regions, we also try to develop and to attract more operators engaged. And some technical information to it. We can monitor to it through the LG IX SAKG. It is our own design and looking glass, and you can get statistics on the cities connected and to get information on prefix, technical specifications for operators. We can provide a ports 100G and 10G. And but we have to take into consideration 100G and 10G only in the cities Astana and Almaty. And also we can give it 10Gs, and in other regions we provide only 10Gs, and we support IPv4, IPv6, and starting from this year we provided 25 technical conditions for big operators, and this is a utilization from 240 gigabit and higher. And if we compare with Russian traffic, as maybe traffic is not high, but when this year I attended a conference in Kazakhstan, and Russian colleagues said that compared to their traffic, it is low, but we have to understand that it is not commercial traffic. It is Kaznet and no commercial traffic. And some operators do different reasons. Either they do not announce or they try to sell than to announce as commercial. I would like to tell about some issues, challenges, and the largest we can say two. It is low connection of the operators of intercity and international communication to TAITA, and there are some breaches of the law. We work on this issue. We work with operators and we write letters at the meetings. We tell that it is necessary to be connected to be in compliance with the legislation. And after that, when we provide terms of reference, in terms of technical conditions, we found that so the owners do not allow them to be connected. And I want to explain that our hubs are thought, and this thought belong to communication operators. Half of thoughts belong to Telecom, and the second half to Trans Telecom, now to Freedom Telecom. And some issues took place, and operators of communication who got terms of reference, they want to be connected, but the owner of thought reject or maybe agree, but not immediately. We try to work actively in this area, and we explain to the owners of thought it is not good practice that we work for the sake of common interests. Plans. Now we prepare amendments in the rules of functioning of TOIT, and here we would like to make some clarification in terms of announcing of the operators of the network, what they can announce, what prefix they can announce, or only internal prefixes or prefixes of their foreign colleagues they can announce. We want to clarify, and we want to give a clear definition of the participant of TOIT. It is not a problem, and the network operators in the law on network, it is written that we can to interpret in different way. And the network operator, either legal or physical persons providing service or operating the net communication network according to the definition. If you operate or offer any services regardless of your activity, and you can be considered as an operator of the network. And to it, besides the operator of the network, in Astana and in Almaty, we have some hosting companies that they're connected, and we have direct communication, connectivity, and we would like to give a clear definition that operators are these companies and operators are this, and we work in this direction to give clear definition of the participants. What ideas we have onto the development? We have step-by-step development. First notes we had in two cities, Astana, Almaty, then in Karaganda and Pavlodar. And this year we deployed in actually in all regions. It is clear that we will continue to work actively with operators, that they will be connected, that it will work at full capacity. Besides, we have idea to develop network of traffic exchange SOIT that nodes in the region to be connected through direct link. And as a main line, we have channels, operator of intercity and international communication network. They understand and they maybe do not have a strong wish to be connected. And they understand, but the operator which is which was connected, then others operators in other regions will use their traffic. But we have to explain according to legislation, to the legislation of Kazakhstan, that people can go into internet traffic exchange with a foreign operator and any operator secondary or does not have license, does not have such right. And so it is like a balance that intercity, international, they buy traffic abroad and sell at the domestic market. And secondary operators can use some benefits from the operator of the main line. And also, so it is a very complex issue. I see here two ways, either to build own main line, but our organization is not a commercial organization. We have to do it using budget of the state, but it is really big money, and we have to negotiate with operators of the intercity and international network that they can do it and then deliver to us, delegate, and we can use this traffic and release through it. But it is not overnight, could be done, but gradually we go in the direction. And to summarize, TOIT functions in 18 cities, and the foreign connectivity possible through operators of intercity and international providers, because the secondary providers, they do not have such right and directly to deliver. And exchange of Kazakhstan traffic outside Kazakhstan is prohibited. Kazakhstan, it is intranet. The internal traffic should stay in the country, and it is mandatory requirement to be connected to the state. TOIT exists for intercity and international operators. Other operators could be connected to TOIT in the cities of their presence. Intercity and international operators are obliged to be connected to TOIT and to share their traffic and traffic of their customers. For example, you have customer of other operator, but you can connect, give them chance to be connected. It is written legislation, and connection and traffic exchange for all actors are free. and only the organizers, operators can be a cost if they want to organize links to their points. Connection according to the legislation is free. And the Kazakh traffic into it Kazakh traffic and without limitation in speed. If you got 10G, you can utilize all 10G. But if you have utilization like 80%, you have to get from us the terms of reference. And then you start to use and extend no limits by speed of delivery or by type of traffic, limits on volume. We have only routing and no any restrictions. And GTS joined the company. GTS does not have a financial benefit. GTS does not earn money, and we do it based on the law. And because we understand that it is very important, not as a connectivity, but also for the sake of the national security. That's all, in principle. If you have any questions, I'm here. You can ask me, and you can find the answers through this QR code. Thank you very much.